Alright, yes, Donkey of the Day for Saturday, February 17th goes to, well, not too secure with this opening, but I'll specify the donkey somewhere in this. Unless you've watched Rem's Rate My Chase or taken a peek at any of the Marathon Clash trial videos, you'll have no idea what I'm talking about. So let me give it to you, because this really has nothing to do with CNR. Alright, I got a bone to pick with those insecure fags that get baited into commenting on my Danganronpa V3 screenshots. Hear me out! So back in August, after making fun of DSP, Darkside Phil, an accessory to the snits we do around here, we started to watch his Twitch stream once in a while since then. First thing we saw him play was a game called Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair, and at first it was like, come on! Japanese-centric visual novel game? Play a real game, be a man! But after a while, he got to a part of the game which was pretty interesting. Pretty much a Japanese LA noir with a convoluted crime-solving thing. In the end, I looked past what the game looked like. Nice game, nice story. So as H&M says, of course, I'm running out of ideas. That's not necessarily true, but sometimes it is, if you noticed. I've used stuff from other places to accentuate the CNR News, Donkey Today, or Rate My Chase. I get those ideas from what DSP says, EDP says, etc. And if you haven't noticed, I've also used stuff from the Danganronpa series as well. Rem's Rate My Chase was themed off of it. If you saw the cop in Borat Chronicles, the best part is the Borat gauge, which is from V3, the latest one. That bar that was shown on Temujin's Donkey Today, that didn't appear out of nowhere, you know. In the Guess That Fag segment on the radio, which is totally unlistenable and should be cancelled. Excuse me, I coughed, but most of the background music during that segment, like the one you hear now, is from that series. So in December, I picked up the latest one, Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony, and there are many times where the dialogue is raunchy. So, like the social experiment, I wondered how people would react if I put the screenshots on Steam buried in other screenshots that would be somewhat normal. Hook, line, sinker, I caught some fish. Those fish in total were Sarust, Blister, Assassin, and Marcus Weed. Now first of all, let me make a comparison here. You guys know Game of Thrones, right? Everyone who watches the show knows there are moments of nudity. However, that's about 1% of the show. To people who are actually a fan of the show, they know what the show is supposed to be. It's got a great story and all that, and that's why it's popular. Now, I'm not saying this game's story is that of Game of Thrones, but it has an awesome storyline. There are 3 scenes in this game which are questionable, and there's a 1% of dialogue that is raunchy. But if you have the mental fortitude, which these guys don't, apparently, to look past that, you'd know that isn't what the game is all about. You understand? So, encouraged by these insecure fags, I've posted more and more of these screenshots, and there are a total of 238. Yes, I know. How many of those have any of those 4 people I said commented on? 5 of them. 4 of the 5 have sexually provocative dialogue. So here's my thing. Most of those screenshots show off the humor of the game in more of a normal way, so you speak. But you're gonna define it by the weirdo screenshots. Yes, this is just like when people say they initially want to watch Game of Thrones for the nudity, and that's not what the show's about. But yet, you don't like that notion either, do you? But yeah, that's exactly what you're doing. Now, I would understand if these 4 I'm talking about were 4 independent minds, ones that don't form the same opinion directly from seeing one another. I'm not really talking about Marcus Weed here because he's as rigid as it gets. I'm talking about the other 3. Let's look at him. Sarust, who I've joked around, but I'm not too sure if it's even a joke anymore, as one who isn't or doesn't have that much fun. Blister, who we've pointed out his questionable self-esteem, and Assassin, who is just a general fag, or excuse me, the best fag. Obviously the last 2 are piggyback. Also, you serious? These 3 are sure the definition of whatever the opposite of a square is. Later, Sarust went on to say that I should roast myself for playing this game, and in some way, this may be one of myself, but I'm gonna take you fags down with me. Also, I can't believe you guys were baited as a result of Barreled liking the provocative screenshots. getting reeled in by Borrowed 2018? How much of guinea pigs are you guys? You fags. No wonder you didn't look at the other screenshots. You might say, ah, well, that's all you had to see. But, judging a book by its cover, eh? That's some... snit. But, if there's one thing you guys taught me, and this is finally the point of this donkey, if you're doing something that someone doesn't understand, especially culturally, then teach them what it's all about. And if they aren't mentally inviting to listen to you, or if they're too scared to, then you play this sound.
You don't get the show.
How is that possible?
I'll give Marcus Weed a pass, since if he doesn't support the legalization of weed, he sure wouldn't understand this with a hard ass. But please give sarust and the PX, Blister and Assassin, the biggest T-Hawk, please. Also, there's gonna be a Danganronpa V3 version in the 99th episode of Raid My Chase. I'll probably need some voice actors for that. Remember that. But I will say though, at least Sarust had opinions. Those other two fucks just followed suit on a couple of punks. Honestly. And now it's time for Barld's best part, or favorite part. I'm gonna cancel out everything I just said. Here's a weirdo moment, you squares. Either way, I respect your viewpoints, or lack thereof. Look at the frame rate.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time, and she was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment cage was lifted?
Like that.
When cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tango real fast. So fast, no one saw.
Oh my!
So who lifted the cage?
I don't get it. I don't know what she's doing.
It was me.
What those wrong with
Obviously, Himiko is the culprit.